Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello everyone and welcome to This is Football. Welcome to another stream, ladies and gentlemen, another recap stream. There's so much for us to talk about. Chelsea lost yesterday. Liverpool beat Arsenal. And on top of that, Timo Werner and Dragusin is joining Tottenham Hotspur. So we have a lot to talk about today. We're supposed to have a big panel, but none of them are here except one, because you see, every time you bunch of frauds, blame me for being late. It's not always my fault. Sometimes I am innocent. Sometimes I am an innocent human being that is here on time, and it's not my fault. Like, not every time it's blame Hussam, F Hussam type thing. I told you guys 100 times. Guys, sometimes I'm late, my fault. Sometimes it's not my fault. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. Big up to everyone who's tuned in. Big up to everyone who's watching us, whether you're watching this right now or on the replay, because I know so many people, so many of you guys like to watch this on the replay. Please don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to This is Football if you're yet to do so. We're already on 25.2K. We've got the Liverpool watch along coming on later on tonight. So please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel right now, and make sure you guys are sharing the video everywhere. Please do hit that share button. The share button is very important as well. So you can tell more and more and more people about This is Football, and more people can find out. So there's only one panelist here out of all the panelists that are supposed to be here, which shows you that Hussam is sometimes innocent. Joining us on the channel, ladies and gentlemen, it actually is the winter, so this is his time to surf, to be fair. He's already in the chat, and he loves to bully the people who are not hitting the like button. Joining us on the channel here to discuss Mauricio Pochettino and former Chelsea striker Timo Werner headed to Tottenham Hotspur. Man like Andrew is in the building. How you doing, Andrew, man?
I'm fine, Sam. Thank you for the invite. I will say I was late, but I was the first one here, so that's the reason the stream is late, because none of us turned up on time. So we can dump on the Sam all you want about other streams, stuff like that, But on this one, I can categorically confirm I was late. So and others have not even shown up yet. So that's why the stream's got late. But thank you for inviting me as always. I always enjoy this channel and your chat, especially. I enjoy, probably Velve's going to be making me part of some intro video soon, probably from this stream or something else.
I feel like I want to play yesterday's intro again just because. Like, I feel like I just want to play it just because. Like, yeah, Lewis ain't here, Gal ain't here, but just like for fraudulence sake, I just want to play it, man. Big up. Good morning, Lauren. Big up to you, Aaron. Are you calling Andrew Winters? Are you calling Andrew Stevie G? Fair enough. There is literally zero comparison. Like, they don't even look alike.
I'd like his bank balance. That's just it.
100%. You'd all like his bank balance right there. Specifically after going to Saudi. Big up to you, Santiago Munoz. Lauren is threatening Vel to not clip up Andrew because she likes Andrew. She says Andrew is one of the good ones. So big up. See, my chat love you.
I quite enjoy the videos. Vel is very talented. So anything that can help explode his talent, elsewhere is always good. So I enjoy it.
He's somewhere lurking watching this right now.
He's watching right now. I'm sure he's got little even minions now that help him, that send him stuff. Oh, you need to click this. You need to click. This is the time. You need to do this. You need to do this.
Val is a little nerd. He probably has like 3, 4, 5 devices and just screen recording the whole thing. He's that type of guy. 100%. I said Prince of Jordan. You think if I'm the Prince of Jordan, I'd be doing YouTube? Come on, man. Oh my God. Anyway, listen, let's just get this party started. I want to talk about your club first. As I said, chat, get the likes up, subscribe. I want to talk about your club first, because yesterday it was supposed to be an easy game against Middlesbrough, even yesterday, I was like, yo, shall we even do a watch along? I messaged like Lauren, I messaged Val, I messaged people. I'm like, yo guys, shall I even do a watch along for Chelsea? Like, it's just so pointless, isn't it? And then all of a sudden I get a message, you messed up not doing a watch along because it's literally 1-0 to Borough. I'm like, oh my God, fair enough. Carefree Lewis got cooked yesterday because it's his fault anyway. No one told him to reschedule the whole day. That's his problem, not mine. But anyway, my guy, Andrew, yesterday, the loss, the defeat. The good thing for you is you still have an away leg, but talk to me about yesterday's game.
So let me preface this by saying, for anyone who comes in and goes this, I'm Poch out, but I'm under no illusion he's not going to get sacked as we speak right now. Right? I'm in no illusion, or even probably by the end of January, unless he loses the next 3 games and we go out of the 2 cup competitions or something like that. So I'm under no illusion. Let me always preface this by saying, yesterday's game, I do not blame him for Palmer's missed chances. I do not blame him for Caicedo not tracking the run the entire way, even though he did for 95% of the goddamn run, but then just slowed down when he was in the penalty area. I don't blame him for Thiago Silva slipping over he slips over nearly every match now. What's wrong with his boots? I don't blame him for individual mistakes like this, but I even heard you say it yesterday. And let me just sidetrack. Middlesbrough are 12th in the Championship, have also got 14 injuries, yeah, and they picked up a couple last night as well. They played their 3rd choice goalkeeper, right? I was informed, and they haven't won at home since November. Yeah. So let me preface that. But I even heard you yesterday, I think, or the day before, say even you said Poch's subs yesterday were just
the subs 100% is his fault. The subs were stupid.
I don't know how he thinks. I'm not saying they were outstanding. How he thinks Madueke and Enzo had worse games than Sterling and Gallagher or someone else, right? I just don't know. I don't know how or even Caicedo, right? Or even Caicedo. I don't know I don't think he says anything from I'll go and do this and that. He just throws on. Look at Mudryk. I don't even rate Mudryk, but you've got. I mean, I don't know what he said to him or what the obviously didn't work.
Oh.
I also think Poch's man management has to be brought into consideration. At the weekend, Broha scored a goal, right? So Broha scored a goal, and you could immediately see the world was lifted from his shoulders. He looked like I know it's against Preston for anyone says, but we're going against Middlesbrough, right? They're about the same.
A goal is a goal, to be fair.
A goal is a goal, right? But you've got a guy with high in confidence. What do? You bench him the next game, right? That really helps his confidence. You know what I mean? He did the same thing to Mudryk during this season as well, when he was on a bit of a run and benched him, and then it's that. But I just don't know what he does at half time, because arguably I think we played worse in the second half than the first half. I don't know what he says at half time to get these guys motivated, because I don't think he can do that. Because if you look at his press conference the day before, he just literally said, just enjoy the semi-final, guys. What do you mean enjoy a semi-final? It should be, guys, this is your chance to get to a final and get some silverware. Get this first leg done, so the second leg, we don't have to worry about it. But it's like, then the players latch onto that going, oh, actually, we're not under any pressure. And you can tell. You can tell in some of the games they don't feel the pressure, because they play the way they do. If they felt the pressure, I believe you would see a different side to them. But Poch he just breeds loser for Sam. You look at him and you go, loser. Do you know what I mean? I don't think he's evolved as a coach since
you take the man out of Tottenham, but you can't take Tottenham out of the man type thing.
I don't think he's evolved. He's took a year out, and I don't think he's adapted or evolved anything. Do you remember all those stories about Eddie Howe? You know, when he left Bournemouth, and they said he went to this place, and he learned and he studied this, and he took advice from this. And you can see sometimes in his coaching now. I know he's going for a bad run right now, but you see it. I don't think Poch has evolved since Spurs, because I think he had a set team, and he always went with that no matter what. I don't think this whole thing he evolved. He likes working on youth players. I think that's a myth. I just think that's from Southampton, and I think, and arguably, okay, he launched Harry Kane's career and stuff like that. But if you really think about it, Harry Kane's game evolved when Jose Mourinho got him. Do you know what I mean? He dropped Harry Kane back a bit more, and he became the player he is right now. Now, people are going to say Dele Alli, that's fine. But look at Dele Alli's recent interviews about how Poch's training was. That was like, it just, after a while, it just wore off. So I don't think he's evolved. Now, is it also on the players? Yes, it's also on the players as well. Because they should be bold enough to step up and go, okay, so even now as young they are, some of them are in full internationals. They play a load of international games and stuff like that. They've been in World Cups. So they should be bold enough to go, okay, maybe this isn't working, or maybe we need to start doing this, this, and this. But when you have a collective who all think the same as they do, they're just going to go in the same way. You can see it every time adversity happens, the heads drop. And it doesn't matter if you're Thiago Silva to Nani Madueke, heads drop like that. It's just. I
think Thiago Silva is more like physically regressing because of his age, but the rest of them, I think like the lack of experience shows in them. I feel like maybe the atmosphere got to them. Cole Palmer's miss in front of goal. That was Darwin Núñez-esque right there.
Yes, it was very. I mean, if that
he
was Kai
literally-
Havertz, that was
Yesterday,
Kai Havertz.
Lewis called it miss of the season, which is mad, like, considering
It's
what
up there with
happened.
that Luton one, isn't it? I think it's up
It
there with
is.
that Luton one. You know what I mean?
At
It's like,
Bio, it was for Luton, I think.
yeah,
that missed
that's what I mean.
front of the
It's
Spurs
totally
goal.
up there. That's why I say I
Jamie
don't blame
Bastards.
Poch. I don't blame Poch for that. You can't blame Poch for that.
Yeah.
And you cannot blame Poch. That is he to blame for a huge chunk? Sure, but nothing like that. And like I said, nothing for like Caicedo going. Caicedo tracks the run, and then slows down when he gets into the box. Who does that?
Just like the missed chance, like the only missed chance, the other chance, like I remember that was kind of a little bit clear cut to score was the Gallagher chance. I think it was in the second half. That's the one right there. The one
That's
that
what
I was
mean.
like, yo.
It didn't seem like, yeah. And in the second half, they look more comfortable. Like they were settled in. I think if their strike was a bit more mobile, they could have got a second yesterday. I really do. And you said it at the start, we're just lucky it's a two-legged semi-final. We're just very lucky it's a two-legged semi-final because on the basis of yesterday's performance, we shouldn't have a second leg. No,
100%. That's the thing. That's what I'm saying. I think, despite, of course, yesterday's result is an absolutely horrible result, the thing is there is still a second leg. So, like, you could easily, because right now us talking about it's gonna be Middlesbrough in the final and all this, I think is way too reactionary because you could still beat them 3-0 in the second leg and literally.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like I'm saying to you that cheers, Mo, for the rate. I'm saying to you that the reason why I'm Poch up, but I don't believe he's going to get sacked because you could easily say with this team that goes up and down, he beats Fulham on Saturday, and he gets through against Middlesbrough through to a final, and then there's like a 10-day break until the game against Villa in the FA Cup. So that's why I'm saying he won't get, even though I'm winding him out, he won't get sacked now. I'm under no illusion of that because there's still an opportunity. Now, if it had been a one-legged affair yesterday, you have a better shout and a better percentage of being knocked out because it's the easier tie. Now, if he does get knocked out in the second leg,
I think the unlucky thing for Borough is the first game was at home. They would have been much better off if the second game was at home, like go to Stamford Bridge and park the bus and stuff. But anyway, speaking to going to Stamford Bridge and getting a result, they went to Stamford Bridge. They got a 2-2 earlier on this season. First guy here after Winter Surfer, LB is a fraud. He's on his way. People asking where LB is. And Henry couldn't make it. But joining us on the channel, of course, Nigeria's finest. It's going to be very difficult for him because he's like a Nigerian Arsenal fan. So he low-key sees success once every 10 years, like with both international team and like with Arsenal. But he's here as well. Like, it's going to be half of it is going to be miserable for him. The other half, he's just going to be talking shit about Chelsea because that's the current topic. Man, like Kunle is in the building. How you doing, Kunle, man?
Oh yeah, now my people. It's your dark-skinned man from the motherland. If you didn't know before, today you go understand. And yes, the energy is lower because A, as he disclosed, I'm an Arsenal fan. And B, I support the Super Eagles. And if you haven't seen our manager, he looks more like he could be in an episode of Narcos versus being a football manager. So you know how that one's going to go. And I'm not even going to tell you about our friendly, the result of our most recent friendly. It's long. Let's just not talk about it. But yeah,
I'm not going to say my result in the recent friendly either because it's embarrassing.
Bro, and I'm upset. I'm upset, Hussam. I'm not going to lie. Of all Chelsea fans you brought for me, Winter Surfer, I don't enjoy trolling Winter Surfer. He's one of the real Chelsea fans. He's one of the old school, and it's not as sweet as abusing the others, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Next time, I'll try to find the most delusional Chelsea fan for you.
Please,
please. You've now, I've got to tell you, Sam, Ziad's a broken man after yesterday. I've never seen Ziad.
You know what I'm gonna do next time? I'm gonna get Winter Surfer and a delusional guy, so we can have like the real one and the delusional guy. They can just cook each other.
That's fine.
That'd
be therapeutic for me. That'll be fine.
Fair. Big up to Kunle for joining us. Big up to all the people as well who tuned in from Footy Judge Mo. Big up the Footy Judge Mo raid. Make sure guys are all slapping the like button. Make sure you're all subscribing. 250 people in here already. We ain't even got to the Timo Werners or the Arsenal defeat. So hit that like button. Subscribe to This Is Football. And keep getting involved in chat. Oh my God, Big Dave. That's YouTube heritage right there. Anyway, let's just let Kunle kind of speak on the Chelsea game yesterday before we just carry on the discussion with Poch and stuff like that. Talk to me, Kunle. What are you saying about yesterday's game?
Nah, the reality is Chelsea are rubbish, man. Like let's not be under any sort of delusions. Like let's not try and sugarcoat it and say this that. They're just rubbish, and everything that's happening this season is exactly what I stated. I said there's going to be at least 2-3 years of pain and suffering. There's not going to be peace. There's going to be problems always for the next 2 to 3 years. And someone like Winter Surfer, he accepted that. He understood that it's going to be painful the next couple of years. There's going to be a lot of things I'm not going to like. Just get on with it. But the predominant amount of Chelsea fans are lost in this last 20 years bubble where they think everything just goes Chelsea's way. Daddy Abramovich is going to save the day. Daddy not there anymore, guy. He's gone. Daddy's sugar daddy don't go. So forget about that time. There's no excuse, even though 1 billion spent phase 1 of their rebuild or whatever, there's no excuse to lose into 14 injuries Middlesbrough, who are halfway down the championship. There's no excuse for that. There's no like logical
they have
reason for
injuries
that
as well, which is mad. Like 14 injuries.
and
you still end up losing.
they had 2 in that very game. They disrupted their plans within 20 minutes of the start. They lost 2 players and they still came away with a clean sheet and a 1-0 win against. Look, I'm not with like I'm not in the place of just be sacking manager every 6 months at Chelsea, because look, I'm sure Winter Surfer will agree at some point, regardless of what league position they're in, you just gotta just endure the pain and suffering. You just gotta let the wounds open up and let the salt just sizzle on top of them. You just gotta let it happen, because that's the only logical way where this thing is gonna get fixed. Because this chop and change stuff is just gonna keep making it more confusing for every manager. They're gonna be like, oh, these ain't my players. These are this man's players, that man's players, that man's players, that man's players, and they keep recycling. But he said we should play high press. He said high line. He said low block. Like, it's so confusing right now. At the very least, as much as it might not be Poch. I'm not saying Poch is the guy that you give 18 months to 2 years. I'm not saying that. But at some point, Chelsea fans, you gotta just sit tight, endure the banter era. Just get used to the pain and suffering for a 2-year period. And at the end of it, you could come out challenging for titles again. But if you're not ready to sit in that pain, trust me, this pain is going to continue year after year after year. I don't know what you to do with Poch.
I agree. And now Sam knows this. I didn't pick us for a top 4 race or a title race this season. I think I said 6 or 7.
Because you're logical.
Right. And I'd be Chelsea fans would be more willing if we saw consistency, even if we were losing a bit, like for a game to hit it there. If we were seeing consistency in the team selections, consistency in the pattern of play, or we have seen style of play, but it's not been consistent because he keeps making changes. Players playing in their normal positions helps as well. The substitutions as well, the timing of the substitution and who you substitution. If we were seeing a bit more of that, and we were at 8th right now, 8th or 7th, I don't think you'd hear a lot from us. I think you'd hear, okay, it's a steady progression. Let's see what we can do. But because we're 10th, and I do believe it's because we're 10th, right? That's the big major issue. Because we are seeing now in this league, I think the quality has shrunk in terms of the teams, because I think the top teams have slightly gone a bit lower, and I think the middle of the teams have slightly got a bit higher. But what happens is that in this league, you can get two or three wins, you could be in a European place, and your season looks different. And that's a problem. But I agree with what you said. But I've seen it in this league. It's now as a coaching league. I'm seeing the Bournemouth manager coaching. I'm seeing Gary Neal coaching. I'm seeing Unai Emery coaching. The changes they made to those teams.
Unai Emery would flop at Chelsea so bad.
I'm not saying bringing Unai Emery. I'm just saying the coaching
to the next level at Chelsea. He
cannot
handle
ego.
Please bring him. Please bring him.
You cannot handle egos. You cannot handle character. You cannot do any of that.
I didn't say bring him. I'm just talking about coaching.
Big up LB, by the way, for finally being here. Only 35 minutes late. Make sure you guys are hitting the like and subscribing. Let's get to ASAP. Tom Little's on his way as well, because there's no Spurs rep. So we brought in a Spurs twerker. So the thing is, my only point of contention is, let's assume tomorrow you sack Poch. My point of contention is not who do you get in. My point of contention is, are you just hitting the reset button on this project if you get a new manager? Like, what is the actual point at this point? The average age is 13. None of them experienced. Obviously, your plan is not to win the league next year, possibly not even the year after. You're gonna just continue to build and stuff. So the thing is, if I sack Pochettino now, I'm just hitting reset. And then the new manager comes in and he has the same problem with the inexperienced young players, and you ain't gonna win nothing. That's the issue.
Which is why I could be Poch out, but like I said to you several times, I'm no illusion that the next 2 results he wins obviously prolongs it, and I think he'll get the season. I think he'll get the rest of the season unless it's catastrophic.
This season minimum,
unless it's really catastrophic, like really. I mean, it's bad right now, but I mean, we're talking monumental shit. Right now, do you know what I mean? Like that, like it's prolonged and something like that. I think he'll
can't
get
be worse than Potter, to be fair.
Yeah, because I think a new man coming in now, doesn't that make this more confusing, Silver Surfer? If a new man comes in with new ideas, like
that's my thing. Like, what's the whole point now? Like, if you just get the guy in now,
just ride it out. As long as you don't get relegated, which I don't think you will, just ride it out. And if you have to press, and if you have to say maybe another manager needs this group of players, then go for it. And what I mean by that, another manager coming in has to be like, I can make these players work with maybe 1 or 2 pieces max.
Right.
Max.
Which is
because there's already way too many players at the club, isn't it?
Which is what now we all know, if we go for an interview, you give about 90% bullshit answers because they never check on you or background anyway, right? Which I think is what Poch did, right?
Poch is like, got it. Yeah,
I can do this.
Of course I can win the league with Conor Gallagher. Of course I can win the league with Gallagher.
Exactly, I'll play Cole at left back and I'll play Gallagher as your main man. Yeah, even though you want to sell him for a year and a half, it's all good. But you're right. The thing is, though, I don't know. Everyone goes, well, who would you bring in? I don't have a name for you at the moment. It's not my job to scout. Do you know what I mean? Everyone goes, oh, when you're a world-class elite manager.
Would you take Mikel Arteta?
The list is about that big for world-class and elite
Would you take Mikel Arteta tomorrow? Deadass, would you take him?
See, that's a different question. Are you saying is he a better coach than Poch right now? He's a better coach than Poch right now. That's for sure, because we've seen it. But I just don't... he might even be more suited to this project than Arsenal's overall because of the young players and stuff like that. But I don't know that you've asked me a 2+2 question. I'm giving you a 5 answer. I just don't know at this moment in time. I don't know. That's the thing. It's like I want Poch to succeed. I want to be proven wrong, as all fans do. When they think about someone and it's a negative way, they want to be proven wrong, and that's why I think he'll get the season unless it's catastrophic. I'm in no illusion about it. That's why saying Poch out is just wasting energy and wasting words.
Yes, I think he gets this season.
Yeah.
And even after yesterday's game, like, you could literally easily win the return leg like 3-0 and just make it to the final anyway.
Easily. And I think they're going to do it, which is the annoying part of it.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think they're just going to beat Boro on the return leg anyway.
Yeah,
but that's why I said to you earlier, if it was a single leg, you'd have more potential of him leaving because we lost last night. Now, because it's 2 legs, that's what I'm saying. He's definitely going to stay.
Actually, I disagree because American owners, they don't have the same outlook as the other owners. I don't think Todd Bowley's main full stop. If you got Todd Bowley in a room right now, put him on a lie detecting machine and ask him what are your targets for Chelsea, he's gonna say making money as number 1. That's just how the Americans roll.
Making that moolah, bro. You gotta just
it's about making the cash, 100%. So I don't think maybe he looks at the Carabao Cup. He's probably in his mind going like, if we lose this game, we only get 100 grand, and he just carries on. So,
but then he's got.
I wipe my ass with 100 grand, man. Let's keep it pushing.
Got to realize,
literally,
if you want to make money on this team, you got to make them successful. Do you know what I mean? You got to make them successful. So you can't be riding around 8th and 7th. And when in a
big up Ashley Williams. Winter Surfer is literally from London. LB is literally Mank born and bred. And you can kiss my Arab ass with a sand on it and hold this ban.
Let me hang on, Hassan. Let me also address this guy, right? I lived 5 minutes away from the King's Road. I walked to Stamford Bridge down the King's Road, not the posh made in Chelsea bullshit that you see on reality TV. But one side's a posh wine bar and the other side's a run-down Tesco's Express. But they don't show you that part, do they? I walked past World's End and into the stadium. I sat on a concrete slab when they're building a West Ham when we beat Liverpool 4-2 in the FA Cup. And they charge you to sit on concrete in the rain. So Screw you.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
LB's literally a mank, like. and
Yeah,
he's
what
ginger.
was the comment you were just responding to? What did they say?
I blocked that bastard, Ashley. Oh, not
Okay.
We're
one
not local fan. We're not no one's
Not one
local
local
fan.
fan. Blah, 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 blah. What the
Because
fuck?
football's
People
only
still
for
do that in
it's only for
2024. Fucking
Yeah,
hell, man.
football's only for
Grow up,
locals.
man. Grow up.
Anyway, let's get LB's take on Chelsea before we move on. Go on, LB.
Where to start with this finished club,
He
man.
don't have an opinion.
My opinion has been my opinion since this fraud took over the football club. And the you know the sad part about that is you don't know who I'm talking about because it could be Todd Bowley, it could be the fucking manager. You know what I mean? Because they're both frauds. They're both absolute frauds. We all know it. Yeah, this owner guy don't know what he's doing. You know, he thinks it's like FIFA, man. He thinks you buy all these young players and in a few years they're all going to be ballers. Don't work like that, mate. Football's never worked like that. Never will. And that's why no one's ever done it before. They spent billions.
It's like the draft, bro. It's just like the draft, man.
Yeah,
What you talking about?
This is it, Brit. You know what I'm saying? And this guy, yeah, is a fraud. He doesn't know what he's doing. He has no idea what he's doing. This project has already failed. It's already failed. The best thing that they could do is come out and release a statement and say, yo, we fucked up here. Yeah, we didn't know this is how football worked. We thought we could just buy all the best young players and that they'd all turn into world-class players. We realised that's not actually how football works. That's probably why no one's ever done it before. We're going to start running the football club like a proper football club.
Amortization.
Yeah, all this kind of stuff. Yeah,
That was the buzzword 6 months ago, if you guys remember.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. The manager is not a good manager. We had this debate last week. Told you that. This guy don't know what he's doing. He's underperformed everywhere he's been. He underperformed at Spurs. He underperformed at PSG. And he's underperforming now massively. No one's asking him to win the league this year. Right, but they are continually dropping shocking performances, and then people come on streams to me and say, "LB, they've won a couple of games. You think they're turning a corner?" You say, "Hang on a minute, let me see who they played. They played Luton and someone like Sheffield United or something. Have a word with yourselves, man. Do you know what I mean? This club is just a disease.
There's too many dons in their fan base, LB. There's too many dons there, bro.
The thing is this. I blame them.
Told Don 100 times when
I
blame
them for who they bought in to run it, right? Because if you look at the transfer strategy when it first came in to what it is from January last year onwards, it's completely flopped. It's completely flipped. They didn't go out and sign youngsters. They bought Sterling in, they bought Koulibaly in, etc. like that. So I blame them for bringing the people in. I rate City so much. Is before in the 15-16 season, before Pep even got there, they bought the Barcelona people in. They had the structure set there. They're born winners there.
So much.
No, I don't. You can't. You're so. You see what I mean? You can't even give them credit for that. They bought
I can't give them credit. Fuck Manchester City.
They bought play. They're the best run club in the world. You can't deny it. They bought those players in for Pep, and they backed him like that.
Especially if they bust case.
That's where I get on the owners. Is that who they brought in to run it because they're listening to the wrong people. They're listening to the wrong people entirely. This Winstanley and the Stewart bloke, they've got no track record of being successful or being from a winning team. They come from Monaco and Brighton. But that's the only
good thing for you is you have a 10-day break now, which low-key is a little bit needed. Like, yes, you kind of need that.
After next week's second leg, After next week's second leg.
Why is that good?
Your next game is the second leg, so he does.
Because they've done this stupid.
Oh yeah, you play Fulham this weekend. Yeah, you play Fulham this weekend.
Play Fulham and then Borough, and then we're off for 10 days because they're doing this mix. The fixtures where half the teams play this weekend. And
that's weird, man. I don't understand this whole rubbish. Give us all a break at the same time, or not?
Exactly right. Exactly. Some people are gonna have.
But we're enjoying 12 days off, though.
Yeah, but then you play.
We freaking need it, mate. Let's be honest.
Fair. Anyway, that's it on Chelsea. I feel like we've given them way too much airtime now for a game that.
Just a preview. I'll probably be back in a week ago saying the same thing. So just a preview for next time on that.
It's just we spent too much time on Chelsea anyway now, so we just have to move on. Plus, they're gonna win the return leg anyway, 99%. So it's just pointless at this point. Anyway, let's move on. I want to move on
until they don't.
Yo, man, Tom Little is in the building. Big up, Tom. Thank you for joining us.
Here's your local fan for you guys. Here's your local fan for you, right?
3 local fans. I don't know. Kunle is local as well, right? You're from London, Kunle.
Yeah, but I'm in Lagos right now, so I'm not allowed to claim it, innit?
Yeah, 4 local fans. Hold that. Bozo. You know one thing about me, I realized I've lived in 3 different countries And the 3 cities that I live in don't have a single local club. Not a single one of them has a local club. In
What are the 3
different
cities?
countries. Yeah, the 3. I've lived in 3 different cities, and not one of them has a local club. I realize this. That's the funny part. Support your local. I physically can't because there isn't one. Anyway, listen, we're gonna move on. I want to move on to Arsenal because I want to
How
ask
about
if
support
Arsenal
your
are
country?
right.
How about that?
Of course, I support my country 100%. Who do you think
I
I'm gonna
cannot
support?
say. I cannot
Saudi
say the
Arabia?
same thing.
Yeah. Anyway. I want to ask the question because Kunle now only operates in question mode. So he only operates if you ask him a question, he will answer. He don't operate any other way now. You know,
This is a lie.
2024,
This is propaganda, Tom.
moving
Don't listen to them.
differently, brother Kunle. Anywho, you get me? Are Arsenal in crisis is our question. And before we let Kunle answer it, make sure you guys are slapping up the like button right now. Make sure you guys are subscribing. I'm trying to get Jacob on the stream. He just woke up so we can keep the Werner thing towards the end. Go on, Kunle. What are you telling me about Arsenal? Are you in crisis? Happy? You got a question.
You ask, am I happy? No, livid. As you can hear from my intro, was very, very reduced in terms of energy. So I'm not there. Am I in panic mode yet? Not quite yet. If this was February, definitely I'll be panic stations. But the fact that there's a window that the board can basically potentially bail out my manager's discrepancies from the summer, then until that window closes, there's no need to panic for me just yet. Because I always said to myself, my fan base didn't want to hear it. They didn't agree with me. I was like, look, Kai Havertz is not the answer. Don't give me no data, PowerPoint presentations, different German, Eins, zwei, drei, whatever, all this bullshit that you're telling me about how good his runner games is. There's nothing I've seen to get excited about Kai Havertz. He had a little purple patch, scored a couple goals.
Misprofiled for 3 years. Misprofiled.
That's what they told me. Arteta has the key. So basically, I said, Arteta, this signing is going to make or break my manager. He is either going to be a genius idea that none of us saw, but only he saw, like, yo, we've won the league with this Havertz guy, which I don't think. Or B, it's going to be the signing that gets him the sack. And if we were to evaluate the season right now, I'd say on current situations, that will be the signing to get him the sack. But just like I've said all season so far, if you can get me that box-to-box midfielder, and please don't ask me the name of the player, because it's definitely not Onana, because I don't know the player's name. Like, it's definitely not Onana. So get me a box-to-box midfielder.
If you're an Arsenal fan and you want Onana, I feel like you just don't understand your football club.
Literally, there's like, what's going on, bro? Anyway, let me not start on that just yet until you ask me about that situation, please. Let me get there. But until we get that midfielder, I don't. The challenge for the title to the last weeks is impossible for me. But my manager has no excuse come the end of the season if he doesn't deliver, because he thought Havertz was the right option, so he's got to live with that. I'll back him all the way to the end of the season, but if that's what sinks him, no excuses from me. And if he gets the sack, no excuses from me. But we're not in crisis yet. Ask me at the end of the window, though.
I think you're in crisis, bro. I think you're in crisis, bro. I can't lie, man. Like, listen, what is it? One win in 7, is it now?
Yeah, 1 goal.
Yeah, you weren't in crisis when you were 1 win in 6, so we're not in crisis.
Yeah, but that extra game makes it a crisis, bro. You know what I mean? That's the one, man. No, I think you are guys in crisis because listen, I think I tell you why you're in crisis as well is because you know you're in crisis because your fan base is stopping believing in the title hopes. I'm hearing a lot of your fans.
Our fan base are a joke, bro. Don't judge our fan base about the team.
No. But this is why I think you're in crisis is because I think you've lost your way. I think your club has lost the way. I think Arteta has made some gigantic, huge mistakes. Yeah, I think he tried in the summer. He overcomplicated it massively. He didn't need to do what he'd done. He just needed to bring in a bit more experience, improve the squad quality a little bit. He decided to lose Xhaka. He should have begged him to stay. He spent 65 M's on Havertz, shocking signing. He didn't get cover for Saka. That's a shocker. He then changed the style of play. That's a shocker. Now his players are out of form. That's on him. Rice has been poor for me in the last couple of games. That's on him. He's got to start sorting it out quick. And if you don't, you're gonna fall away. Liverpool are already 5 points clear. You know what I mean? I think you guys are in crisis, and now you got Spurs breathing down your necks as well. Listen, I just think.
Hey,
Oh
nobody's
my
scared
God,
of Spurs,
Spurs
LB. Let's
thinking of
keep it
Arsenal.
a buck. I'm not scared of Spurs,
My
bro. Let's
God.
keep it a buck.
It's not about being
I think you
scared of
should be.
Spurs.
I think you
Yeah,
should
it's
be
not about
scared of
being scared of
Spurs.
Why are you not scared of
I re-
Spurs, bro? I think you should be scared of Spurs.
There's real problems arising with Spurs. You know, Maddison coming back, Van der Ven coming back. Whilst both sides were fully fit, they were better than you. Then they just had all the injuries. Now that they're coming back and they're doing what you're not doing, which is addressing problem areas in that squad. What's not to say that they don't just pick up form again? The reason why it's a crisis for you, man, is you've got no trophy. You've got no trophies to go for this year. Like, you needed the domestic cup. No side.
What do you mean? We've got
no,
Champions League and a league to go for. What are you talking about, bro?
Your fan base is worried
It's not
about
over till it's
Porto.
over, Tom.
Your fan base
It's
is
not over
crying about
till it's
Porto,
over,
bro.
Tom. Relax.
You have absolutely zero European pedigree. So the moment you have to go to the
Doesn't
Bernabeu,
matter. We're still in the
the
competition, bro.
moment you have to go to the
Ain't over till it's
Bernabeu,
over.
you're holding 4. And the Premier League,
Well, okay, so let's say we don't have to go to the Bernabeu. How about that?
the moment you go the Allianz, the moment you go the Etihad, the moment you go to a team that has won the Champions League a couple of times and are decent, your squad will crumble, as they have done in every other high-pressure game bar Man City this season.
Till then, it's all speculation. Till then, it's all speculation.
I think
But
Pepe's
continue.
going to dunk at you at the Emirates for Porto.
I mean,
Rising above.
Porto's a good side. Let's not rule out Porto here. I mean, are Porto that much worse than West Ham?
It doesn't matter, bro. That's not how football works, Tom. We're just throwing hypotheticals in here right now. If, buts, and maybes. Talk about why we're in crisis
so
now,
what
not
is
the
the-
future. Talk about now.
You're in
Tom.
crisis because you needed to win a trophy this year, and you are out of the Carabao Cup and you are out of the FA Cup. You are very unlikely to win the league. You are very unlikely to win the Champions League. Should you go trophyless once again and finish lower than you did last season, that is regression.
Yeah,
that is regression. Despite the fact that you spent £200 million, that then is crisis mode. That then is panic stations going, how has this happened? And God forbid, Tottenham finish above you.
But also this
It's
season,
not possible, bro. They're not doing
I don't
it.
think.
It's not possible.
I don't think you've consistently played well at any time during the season. It's been one game here and there. Like LB said,
You're even being generous. We've not played well yet this
I'm
season,
sure-
bro. You're being generous, bro.
listen,
Except those
I
two
can't-
Champions
listen,
League games where we scored a lot of goals.
I'm just doing this. Arteta had a simple plan last season, and it was to keep the plan last season. But he has effed it so much that that position, that left-hand side midfielder, what he's chosen, has resulted in nearly every other player beside that
It's
position
fucked everything
not
up.
performing well.
Everything.
Martinelli's been bantered for scoring less goals than Mudryk this season, which is a fact. You got Odegaard, who he's now known for just flicking his hair now instead of actually putting any decent performances through. Rice is being overloaded because you don't know whether to play him as an 8.
And he's doing 2 jobs every time Havertz is
doing
playing.
2 jobs, right? And then your
Guys, I feel like we're assembling the Avengers to just cook Kunle here. The problem is I like him. But you know, I just brought an
Look at the
all
shield
way
in the
from
background.
US.
I can see it. He's already.
It's like 7 a.m. in where he is right now.
Oh.
Probably 6:30 actually. And there is no better person to bring on in the Arsenal section.
It's Bro 4.
The man, the
It's
myth,
Bro
legend.
4. That's what he is.
But like Jacob is in the music. Hi,
Jabbo, Jabbo, lule. Hey, Kunle.
I'm out, man. I'm out. It's been great. It's been real, guys.
Yeah.
all of this just for you know. For
Hey, this is not what we agreed, Hussam. You told me specific panelists.
You should have showed up on
You
time.
told me. If you told me man could gate crash the party, I would have said no.
Listen, Henry Wright.
Jumbo. Hey, I wake up with that song in my head.
Good, you got me. LB was half an hour late. We had to bring in the Avengers. We had to bring in Tom Little and Jacob. I think Tom Little's agenda against Arsenal is probably worse than even Jacob's, which I am
He's a Spurs fan.
funny. But
Bro, Tom
Yeah.
Little got to play versus them, and he had a master class. So, of course, Tom's got a little bit more skin in the game.
Hey.
Big up Tom, by the way. I watched. Hey, that was a hell of a performance. Martinelli, that's a Brazilian winger you shut down.
He
Kunle,
brought his
what
pro
happened?
clubs- He brought his pro clubs form into real life. That's what happened the other day. That's what happened. Yeah.
shout out
He was
Conor
cooking,
Bradley.
bro. Kunle, you got to answer for your crimes, bro. Martinelli locked down by Tom Little on his FA Cup debut. What are we saying?
Oh man.
Yeah.
And Jacob, he had his curfew extended as well that day as well. So you know, you had to be.
And by the way,
out.
Kunle,
So
I don't.
it's
I
like
just want to make
play.
something clear. First of all, you're on mute. Second of all, oh, don't do that. Don't act like you're lagging out. You just hit the mute on your mic. Don't try. Don't try. Don't try. No. We can see you HD. You know. First of all, Kunle, I'm gonna call you out now. I don't like the fact that you started your agenda with Havertz. Why didn't you start with Saka? Because Saka was way worse than Havertz. Can you tell the people now? Unmute your mic and address Saka's fraudulence in that game. Yes, Kunle. Don't do that, Kunle.
You can hear me, yeah? Can you hear me? Can you man hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. I don't know what was going on before, man. It was a mad thing.
Sure.
So what was the question?
Repeat it, Sam.
What was the question? Because there was a blur. Jacob came in. It was sound
By the way,
started doing
guys,
mad things. So
LB,
what was
I
the
know.
question?
It's what happens when you get
LB,
swept off
Tom,
your feet,
Andrew, and
Kunle.
Jacob.
It's just like a
Kunle
blur.
now only exists in the question multiverse. So you have to answer the question to get an answer. He can no longer speak. My question is crystal clear. Why did you start your speech by Havertz and not Saka? Honest to God, he was way worse.
Honestly, I believe they're just as bad as each other. But the reason I picked Havertz first is because he's the part of the puzzle that's not ever fit in place that Arteta's trying to force into the puzzle. Whereas we've not actually replaced the piece, which is Xhaka. And Zinchenko looks worse. Martinelli looks worse. Our midfield looks worse because of Havertz. But on Saka, he had a fucking stinker. I don't know how he made it to the second half, let alone the full 90 minutes. Personally,
Joe Gomez locked him up.
Huh?
Joe Gomez locked him up. 4 attempted dribbles, zero successful.
What? I thought you wanted me to talk at this segment. I didn't know we were ad-libbing and all that.
Go ahead.
I don't know. All right, cool. So yes, he's one of many defenders that have locked him up this season, and Arteta just continues to confuse me with his decision making. I'm not saying Reece Nelson's the answer. I'm not saying Trossard's the answer. I'm not saying Vieira's the answer, whatever. All I'm saying is, if a man is playing bad, a man is playing bad. It's not always keep him in the side till he plays himself back into form. Sometimes just pull the guy out, bro. Like, just that you can do everyone else. Pull the guy off the team. Like, make me understand that you weren't just saving money in summer by offering Reece Nelson a contract. Make me believe that you actually rate the guy. Start him a few games. Let him get some minutes. Let me believe it. So at least what you did in the summer makes a little bit of sense. But right now, it makes no sense. Make it make sense that you gave Emil Smith Rowe the number 10 shirt to not use him. Give him 3 minutes at the end of the game. Make it make sense. Why tell the guy you're the future, take number 10, and then bench him after winning a European under-21? So, like, my manager, look, hey, Jacob, this is my segment. You're lucky you even got invited to the show. You're irrelevant. Anyway, so
I'm not lucky, my friend. I wake up with blessings.
No, you do. You're a blessed guy as opposed to football. But in terms of this Arsenal team, they're giving me sleepless nights. I'm frustrated. And don't get it twisted. I've said to everyone that my manager has no excuses for me at the end of the season. He's like, for me, I said he had to win a trophy and push City all the way. Now that second option is not really there. He has to win something now, or he's gone. That is the reality. He has to win one of the two that we're in, or we're gone. And if he doesn't, you're not gonna hear, oh, Timber got injured, oh, Havertz didn't gel, oh, it's because we lost Xhaka. I'm not gonna give him no excuses, which is why I'm blindly going all the way. I'm blindly Arteta until the end of this season to see how this guy fixed the problems that he's created himself, i.e. Raya, Havertz, that situation. And we'll see what we're saying, but we're not in crisis yet. As soon as the window closes and the only player we sign is Onana, you're going to be seeing very different streams from me for the rest of the season. But I hope
you said nothing positive so far, and yet it's still no crisis. That's like sitting in a house that's burning down and going, it's fine.
Hey, Tom, Tom, this is what I said, right? If the window closes today, you'll get a different answer for me. The reason why there's no crisis for me yet, Tom, is because I believe the board can still bail this manager out. They can.
Let's use our heads here. You man are running it tight with FFP anyway. Hence why you had to bring in David Ride on loan. So you've got enough wiggle room for one signing. You get in Onana. How exactly are you going to fund the problem that you need to fix, which is your strikers are crap?
No, but if we get in Onana, we're fucked, innit? That's the it. If that's the signing we make, we're fucked. Crisis is cemented with that signing for me. Cemented. I don't know what shirts I'm going to be wearing on streams going forward, but I'll be here.
Playing for Everton and Arsenal are two different things. Like with
Bro, Onana is that.
He's not necessarily good on the ball. Like, I don't get what he adds.
You're preaching to the wrong choir, bro. Everything about Onana transfer makes no sense to me. Even though I don't like the signing, I would prefer Zubimendi, even though I don't think he's necessarily what we need. But Onana ain't it, bro. He ain't
Don't
it.
lie, you were singing the song. You were singing the song. I heard you. I heard you singing the song.
What song? What song?
Oh, Nana, what's my name? You said it's our turn now.
Hey, fuck that, bro. The amount of remixes I've got for that Man U fraud, mate, I'm definitely not singing it at my club, please. I've got ask Staffy about all my Onana remixes.
I have a question, Kunle. You know, you spend 170
You can address the rest of the panel if you'd rather, though. I don't mind.
No, I have a question for you first. 160 million, 170 million on two different players, and they have yet to. They've honestly made you look worse this year.
That's a lie. They've not. One of them has.
Well,
yes.
where are you? Are you better than last year or no? No, so then I would lead me to believe that A, yes, you are in fact not as good as last year, and B, your players are fraudulent. Your managers are fraud. Your talent ID, Kai Havertz, Reece Pieces Nelson, Buhu Saka's your star boy. He can't even hit the barred side of a bronze door. Come on, what are we doing here, Kunle? I'm asking you genuinely, as a friend. I'm worried. I do. I'm getting there. As a friend, a genuine question. I want to know how you are, first off, and then secondly, you said
I told you how I was. I'm fucking furious.
You said I'm still Arteta in. You're saying please bail us out. Next window FC, $100 million player FC. Let me get one more 100 million.
Not next window. Current window.
Okay, but I'm sure after this window closes, it'll be but Arteta just needs that one more transfer window in the summer.
Bro,
wait till he gets that one more $100 million
guy. I know you had an agenda, so you maybe didn't listen to my last monologue for the last 90 seconds. But my stance on Arteta was clear. If he does not win me the league or the Champions League this season, and they sack him, I'm completely okay with it, bro.
Let me help you out. You can go ahead and be Arteta out now because you ain't winning the Champions League.
I don't. Unfortunately,
I don't.
Unfortunately,
I don't expect him to sack him. I don't think they got the ball.
I don't. I think the only way he gets sacked is if we don't finish in the top four, and I don't see that.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
If you finish fifth, then yeah.
Unfortunately,
if you finish
but
fourth,
if they don't sack him, so let's
James Bond, you're the same fraud in the chat every time.
Would you be okay with that? Would you sit there and go, I can see the vision? We're on to phase 5 of the project or whatever phase we're into now, like the MCU.
Tom, I'll be honest with you. Like this phase thing is alien to me. Maybe my fan base made it cool to say, but phase 1, 2, 3, I don't believe in any of that bullshit. You either win trophies or you don't. We're not in phase 6, 7. Oh, this team at the start of I don't believe in any of them phases. You're given a job to go and compete. So go and compete. I don't care. Phase 1, 2, 4. What is a fucking phase? This is a social media thing, bro. What is a phase, bro? A manager he's in phase 2 of his redevelopment.
You know
take it easy on Chelsea because they're in their development. Oh, take it easy on Arteta. Is this phase 3 of the four? Bro, I don't give a damn about no phases, bro. This is the year because he has to come through now because the fan base, not me, the rest of the fan base got behind him rather than questioned him about Havertz, unlike me. So he has to sit in that and make this Havertz thing work or risk the consequences. That's the end of the day.
Question for you. You're talking about the social media thing.
Just a question or loads of statements, then a question?
Loads of statements, then a question.
One statement, then a question. You're telling me about, the social media presence of your club, and I'm just curious what you thought, because after y'all lost to Liverpool 2-0, your social media admin tweeted, "Our journey ends here." And I'm curious, don't you have to start something in order to be on a journey? You have to begin walking, right? In order to what do you think? How was the journey? Was it too short-lived? Was it scenic views? What do you think?
It wasn't a journey.
Your social media said our journey ends here.
I just gave you my answer,
it's a journey.
bro. I gave you you asked my answer. It wasn't a journey.
The journey was the
Loki, Kunle just took the shit out of his own club, Loki. And by the way, I just want to say something right now. I completely agree with Kunle. January 31st is exactly when we know if Arsenal are in crisis or not. If they're bullshitting around in this transfer window, they're 100% in a crisis. Martinelli got 2 goals in 18 games. Saka ain't performing to his level. Nketiah has 5 goals like in the whole year. Trossard ain't really banging this season. Havertz, I have no words. You know, their forward line.
Jesus injured
Yeah,
again.
no, but their forward line really stinks, bro. Like
he only scored 2 goals when he came back, right? He's only scored 2 goals since.
Exactly. They really, bro. I swear I read the stat. It took them like 16 shots to score their last goal or something. Bro, you're not gonna get 16 shots every game to get a goal. Like we all,
1 goal.
You know, by the way,
right?
I'm a Liverpool fan, but I'm a
this is real quick, Hussam, because some of the comment section just said this. Hey, is there something different about Jacob today? He's looking younger or something. I don't know what it is. Is that what it is? The hair. Okay, the hair.
Dragusin. Today's man bun day. Dragusin.
The New Year's shave.
We're gonna get to
Nunes.
that.
Do you mean Nunes?
Yeah. I manifested this last night, by the way. I called. Yeah, go ahead.
Go on, Dick.
I was just gonna say I made this happen. He was saying, oh, maybe he chooses Bayern over Tottenham because they're a big club. They've got Harry Schnitzel eating Kane. Maybe they'll do something. Maybe they'll cook. Guess what? He said Bayern, small club, tin pot club. I ain't going to Schnitzelville. I'm going to North London where everything's lily white, baby. We're going to Tottenham Hotspur because I got on my channel yesterday and I said, I need everyone who can put your hair in the bun.
Like, I'm not ready for trophies yet. I'm gonna go Spurs.
We need our buns to come together and the power. While Dragusin slept last night, he had a good think about it. He said, you know what? I'm going to the big club. I'm going to the top, baby, the tippity top.
I'm going to the development club. I'm going to be developed.
No, I don't want that fraud Thomas Tuchel. Yes, I want Ainge Postecoglou. Yes, I believe in what they're doing. He sees the vision.
The fraud. I told people Thomas Tuchel is a massive fraud. Anyway, listen.
Hey, but Hussam, you put him in your top 10 managers in the world, though. At that same time, you were calling him a fraud. I remember the spaces that you put him in there.
Good managers out there to begin with. Second of all, the thing is when it comes to the Arsenal, let's just go back to Arsenal before we because
we don't need to.
No,
we do.
That first half. I'm a Liverpool fan, but I'm saying it as it is. Any serious club is 4-0 up against us. It's just like we're gonna cut the crap here and say it as it is. Odegaard, Havertz, Saka, Reece Nelson, they could have been 1-0 up within 30 seconds of the game. That alone tells you all you need to know. Troops keeps telling me the problem with Arsenal is they want to pass the ball into the back of the net. And when I watch the Liverpool game, I'm like, I finally actually get what he says because Reece Nelson gets it into a dangerous position. He's literally against strength in front of the goal. And then he just passes back to Odegaard. Then Odegaard passes it back to Rice. And then Rice passes it back to Saliba. And in my mind, I'm thinking like, you literally got to the goal. And he went all the way back to the center back for God knows what reason. Like, I think Arsenal need a forward who isn't a robot. They need a forward who got some swagger about him. Who's going to take the ball and go like, you all hold that. I'm going to shoot at the goal. And I think with Ivan Toney, of course, my thing is as follows. Even if they can't get Ivan Toney, they can't just sit on their ass and do nothing. They need to get someone. That's my logic. Like, you know what it is? I'm going to go as far as saying, and I don't care. I'm going to go ahead and say it, even if it sounds edgy. It's not edgy. It's my genuine opinion. I think Hwang Hee-chan from Wolves improves this team. I'm being dead ass. Because Hwang will shoot at the goal, which is a problem Arsenal have. Dominic
It's been real, guys. Have a great evening. Thanks for having me, Hussam.
Dominic Solanke improves Arsenal. Hwang Hee-chan improves Arsenal.
I don't get your new love obsession with Hwang Hee-chan, you know. I don't get
your new obsession with Hussam, why do you hate us like this? Solanke?
You have zero direct
Solanke? You want to bring Solanke to my club?
They raised his price tag 80 to 100 mil, I think it is for
So
you ain't getting him either.
Take Dominic Solanke's name out your mouth. Take Solanke's name out your mouth with disrespect. He's been a top striker this year. Bang, I can understand.
Solanke is a dead player, please.
He's a good striker, just couldn't score versus Tottenham, but yeah.
I'm pretty sure Solanke's outscored your entire front line, so show a little bit of respect.
You should show some respect.
Nearly everyone has outscored our front line, but still don't want him.
Wang has not been...
Saka, that's your star boy.
Where's this narrative that Wang has been balling since Salzburg? The man.
Hey, Jacob, you're talking like you're above us in the league.
Come,
bro.
come,
Nine,
come.
eight goals
1
before the
point,
season.
bro. I'm 6 months,
okay.
55
Wait.
mil. You're 4 years, 700 mil,
Bro,
7.5 phase, and you're talking about why am I laughing?
All
1 point,
all
my
it
guy.
takes
Hold
is
that.
1 point to be above someone at the end, so it doesn't matter.
Okay,
We're still a
Kunle,
point.
final
A point.
You're
6
4
points,
years,
10 points, we're
700
still
million
above
ahead
you.
of us, but go ahead, keep talking.
You're still talking
I
about
trust my
phases,
manager.
bro.
You're moving like Sod, bro.
You're
moving
still
like Sod.
talking
You're like, I
about
trust my
phases,
manager
bro.
till the
Why
end of
did-
the year.
What-
I'm
you know,
not
it
Arteta
became
out
cool
yet, bro.
to talk about phases
look
now, bro. I
shook.
don't care about
You're
phases.
1 point
Ange
ahead
is-
of almighty
Ange is a
Tottenham
manager at
Hotspur.
Tottenham Hotspur. I don't care about 4 years and all that deep in. Is he a manager at Tottenham Hotspur? The end. So get them to as far as he can get them. That's it. All this, he's in his first year and second, brother. I'm not the Arsenal fan that
Bro,
talks
we haven't
about
even
phases,
entered
my
phase
brother.
7, but you are the one.
Bro,
Look at you.
There's no such thing as phases. How about that?
I woke up 30 minutes ago. I've
How
heard you
about
say
that,
phase
Jacob?
7
There's no
times
such
since
thing
I've
as
been
it.
here, but you're not talking about phases. You're lying.
There's no. The only reason I brought up
Bro,
phases
I've been
is to say
awake
there's
for
no such thing
35
as
business
phases.
minutes. 35
When I
business
said
minutes that
there's
I've been
no
awake. I've heard you say
such
phase now 9
thing
times.
As phases.
9
That's why
times.
when I said it.
10. You've said phase 10 times, but we're not talking about phases according to Kunle. I've been awake 37 business minutes.
And you've
Kunle's
heard me say no
phase
such thing
10
as-
times. 10 times he said phase, but okay.
Anyway,
Not one of those times as I use
And
phases
all the people,
to
in the
manage
chat who's
my
salty about
argument.
what I'm
You
saying,
get
you
me?
can hold that too. You're probably upset because y'all some bums. You up here in the free seats looking at me, son. Hold that. Don't let your wife
This
see.
is what
She might be a new fan
two
too.
January signings does for a man. Jesus, man.
listen, I agree.
Hey,
with
anything to get you excited, though, Jacob. I'm happy for you,
Feel
bro.
free to super chat
No, I'm
all
just saying the
at you.
Kunle army in the chat, y'all can
You
hold that
signed
too. 1
Timo
point.
Werner and the
1
other guy.
point.
One second. Jacob, one
Yeah,
second.
just wait till he
Let-
bags a
let
game
me
winner this
sign.
week, and you're gonna be
Then
singing
let
that
you
too.
sign.
Can you win the league by 1 point, Jacob? Just wondering.
Can you in 4th place? What
No,
are you
I'm
talking
asking you,
about?
can you
Bro,
win
you're
the
in
league
4th
by
place.
1 point?
Can you win the league where you're at?
Yes.
Can you win the league where you're at?
Yes. I
No,
can.
you can't because you're technically in
I
4th.
can.
So hold
There's
that.
there's
What
still
were you saying,
not
Sam?
loads
Hold
of
that. You're in
points. It's
4th.
the season over.
You're in 4th, bro. You're challenging for top 4 this year.
We're
Go home.
above you. How can the person
challenging
below
for
me
top
diss
4,
me
my
about
guy.
being above them? Does that make sense?
That's
When has that
not-
ever been
no,
logical?
Look,
This
you
is
Jacob,
like,
you can't be
You're
doing
above
that.
us,
They
but
are
you're
above you.
shit. Like what?
They are
What
above
are you
you.
talking about? That's the most
What were you?
ridiculous
What were
argument
you?
ever.
What were you
bro.
saying in November?
You
What
are
were you saying in
below
November?
us.
What were you saying in
don't-
November,
all I-
Kunle?
I don't
No,
know. All I
okay.
know is I'm
No,
above
we're not
you.
talking about that.
Remind
Yeah,
me,
you're the
remind
same
me,
guy.
remind me.
I'll remind you. I remember because I had a very distinct remembering
And
of
make
what
sure
you
you
said.
throw the
You
receipt
said,
if it's
"Oh, we don't
bullshit."
look at the table in November when Spurs were top." But then all of a sudden, you inch your way to top on Christmas. You like, "Oh, now we look at the table." A month later, you're a
Who?
fraud.
Show
Kunle.
me where I
You're a
said that.
flip-flop.
Show me where I
This
said
is
that,
such a
Jacob.
WWE kickoff
Show,
show.
hey,
man.
anyone
You know
can
what I
come
mean?
on the stream and say stuff with confidence that isn't true in it. Show me the
Bro,
stream where I
you said it. You said it
Show
on
me
this
the
very
Christmas
stream.
Show me
this,
you just
this
lied
show,
to who Sam's
November-
audience saying
listen,
on
I'm
Christmas
trying to-
Day I looked at the tables. That means you must have some receipts of me
Yeah, I
celebrating
do.
being top of the table. Please share it with us.
Look, Kunle, I know you're rattled. It's okay.
Yeah, that's what I
You were
thought.
on
That's
this
what I
very
thought.
channel with me, with Hassam. Hassam was a witness. When Spurs were top of the league, you said, "Oh, no, we don't look at the league in November. We look at it later on. And then a month later on your own channel, I heard you.
You know.
But you want me to get the receipts? I'll go to Tunnel TV
Please.
and I'll find
And-
these receipts. Give me 10
Please do,
minutes.
please do. And on top of that, what's that got to do with me being above you in the league right now?
Nothing. And speaking
The
of,
same thing has got to do with all these.
All right, we keep it pushing.
Hey,
Smash the likes, my
Jacob, I'm
people.
gonna
Share,
Jacob,
comment,
let
and
you sign
subscribe.
now in the Spurs section. Don't worry, you signed 2 players. I'm gonna let you cook. Just final question to Kunle. Final question. Benzema 6-month loan. That's something that's been spoken about. What do you make of it? What do you think of it?
I think that's a joke, to be honest, mate. Benzema retired as soon as he accepted that contract in Saudi. So let's not talk about that again.
So you're saying you
Let's
wouldn't
be
take
honest,
him?
mate.
You wouldn't take Benzema? Are you
No,
quite
I
happy
wouldn't.
with?
No.
Right, so your striking options are a man
You
who's
really wouldn't take
disgracing
Benzema?
your striking options currently are a
No,
man
bro,
who's
he's
disgracing
retired.
the
He's
legacy.
mentally retired. Why am I going to bring
I
him to
don't
Arsenal
care.
for 4 months if he's
Jesus
mentally
plays
retired?
like he's mentally
Retired.
retired. Why are we acting like Jesus is a better
But
option
he's
anyway?
injured anyway, so we can't use him for 3 months
So
anyway.
so your options up front are Kai Havertz. I don't even need to try and discredit Kai Havertz. His name is enough.
Mhm.
Eddie Nketiah, who's disgracing one of the most legendary numbers in Arsenal history, and Gabriel Jesus, whose claim to fame was being the backup striker in a team that didn't have a striker, and yet you're going to turn down one of the best strikers of the last decade.
Yes.
Yeah, that
because
is
he's retired.
madness. Bro,
He's retired.
Ridiculous. That's
Hey, James
ridiculous.
Bond.
He's
in the chat.
retired!
You're
What are we
probably upset about this
talking
man
about?
bun
He's
'cause you're bald.
retired!
Hold
Kunle, I
that.
take him at Liverpool tomorrow, bro. That's Karim Benzema.
Do you not watch the Saudi League?
Listen,
You watch the Saudi League?
listen. The Al-Ittihad is.
Can you answer me a yes or no question, please, bro?
Al-Ittihad is very slow, and they don't create chances for him like that to begin with.
Do you or do you not watch the Saudi League?
I do every now and then, not every day. Like,
Do you have you been watching Benzema's games in the Saudi League?
Yes, he's been worse than Hamdallah, who's the Moroccan striker.
So he's been worse in the Saudi League, but you want to bring him out of retirement to the UK and spend 500 grand a week
Yeah, because
for
bro,
6 months?
if he stands in your penalty area, he'll score goals, bro. This is the point. You don't need to run around and do a lot.
Sorry.
Benzema has standards.
rather-
He ain't going to Arsenal to play with Saka and Martinelli. Get real.
Okay,
Spurs,
and
right?
that note,
It goes Spurs though, right?
He's like, bro, I play with Vinicius Jr. You think I want to play with
He gets
Martinelli?
Spurs
What kind
though,
of
right?
Brazilian is that?
What was the last
Hey.
big player Spurs signed? Or do you
There
even
you
do
are. There you are. We're talking about your team, but you want to talk about Spurs? Okay, but we're not a big club. But yet you can't stop
literally
talking about them.
about Spurs while we were talking about Arsenal.
Yeah,
Literally, bro.
I'm a
Thank you,
fucking
bro.
Spurs fan,
Thank you,
surfer, you
Mr.
fraud.
Surfer.
What are you
Thank
talking about?
Call
Bro.
out the bullshit when the bullshit gets put. Yeah, that's the end, bro.
But then you get
I
upset
think
about
the-
it, right? Then
the
everyone
bun
cries,
is too
"Oh,
tight today.
Jacob's
The
not
bun
allowed to
is too
talk
tight."
about Tottenham. Oh, he can't talk about Tottenham." But then,
Nobody's
Kunle,
crying,
what
bro.
about Tottenham? What about your trophy? Wikipedia says you only have this amount of trophies, bro. You're a fraud. Get new material.
That trophy thing is obviously a complex issue. I've not bring up any trophies with you today, Jacob, but I know you got a bit of a complex
Just saying,
when
bro.
trophies
You probably
are
got
brought up.
that
I get it.
bookmark, don't
I've
you?
not brought
Tottenham
any
Hotspur's
trophy talk up
accomplishments
today.
on Wikipedia.
I've
You
brought
got
up
a
no
bookmark.
trophy
Okay.
talk today, bro.
Anyway,
Why
let's
you got
take
the
a look
cello
at
in the
Hotspur.
I
background?
need to look at your club website.
Guys,
for that.
let me
Don't need
really
Because
organize
he's
it.
used to playing, Tom. He's
Speaking-
used to playing those
Speaking
depressing.
of Tottenham Hotspur, we want to talk
Music
Spurs
kind
now.
of
Last
shit.
segment.
LB's laughing
We
like
talk
a
about
supervillain.
their
I love it.
transfers. Dragusin, you get me, Timo Werner. Before we do that, big up to AEM who says Hussam, Saka, Hazard, Rashford combined career goals 330, Salah career goals alone 334. This is why he's the GOAT. The GOAT. I
Let
think
me
the only one in that list who you can actually have
take
a
Hazard out,
comparison-
please. Take Hazard
No,
out,
no,
please.
no. Yeah, I'm about to say the only one in that list who can actually have a comparison is Hazard. The other two, it's not even like have some shame. Honestly,
Throw
have
in
some shame.
Martinelli's career goals in there. I bet it still looks similar.
Rashford's right foot, like Salah's right foot, is better than Rashford's whole career. Like, let's not do this now.
Salah's right eyebrow is better than Rashford's
Salah's not
whole
comparable
career,
to any of these.
man.
Like Hazard, fair enough, because he was a baller in his prime and shit. But the other two, please. But listen, Mo Salah, unbelievable football player. And I already miss him in this team. Like, bro, come back, please. Egypt, love to all the Egyptians. I know so many Egyptians watch this. I love you guys. Good luck in AFCON, but bring me back my Mo, man. I've had enough.
They
already.
need to get to the
Big up
final.
to
man.
AEM. Big up to Donna. Here we go. The sexual
I-
abuse again.
Hey, why are you sending in your own super chats, you Sam, man?
There you are. And then the second super chat is Mr. Sam. You are the Don of Jordan, and I'm Don of Tottenham. We are meant to be with each other. Perfect match made in heaven. I appreciate you, Donna. But unfortunately,
Donna's
for you,
on one
I will
'cause we
not be
signed some
dating a
players.
Spurs fan anytime soon. That is why I cannot
should
be
be so
dating a
lucky.
Spurs fan. Actually, I have no problem dating a Spurs fan, but big up to you anyway, Donna. But appreciate you. Thank you so much for the super chat.
Sam, you
Listen,
sat up here and complimented Tottenham fans, saying we're the most beautiful, but now you're going to say you wouldn't
like
date
you,
one.
so many beautiful women I know support Spurs.
Really? Is that a thing?
Yes. So many.
Hold that, Kunle. Ain't no Arsenal frumpies in this side of
Hey,
town.
No,
mate,
Arsenal-
I
Yo,
would
fans
definitely
of
hold that.
Arsenal.
I would definitely hold that booty
Yeah.
if it's
Arsenal and Spurs both. Like,
them Spurs ladies.
anyway,
I'll
listen,
dem-
this is not. This is dating. This is football. Big up to you.
Kunle, they'd be
AEM.
perfect
Big up
for
to
you. They're
Donna.
used to disappointment.
Despite the
I'm used to spending over Spurs anyway, so it's nothing new.
guys, can I segue us to the Spurs section for crying out loud? Big up AEM. Big up Donna. Make sure you guys are all liking and subscribing. 500 frauds in here. We ain't even on 200 likes yet. You bunch of frauds. Hit the like
Preloading
button.
bozos.
Before I let Winter Server abuse all of you, hit the like button right now. Subscribe to This Is Football. And now we can actually move to Spurs, Jacob. So you can put a smile on your face regardless, you get me?
Hey,
So-
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Two players, not just one.
Hey.
And Timo Werner. Talk to me about both.
Well, the Timo Werner deal, I think it's a pretty low risk one. I think we know what he offered Chelsea. But when he went to Chelsea, there was a lot of things that I liked about his game, and I was actually kind of jealous when they signed him. Obviously, it didn't work out for him, but I think a 6-month loan, getting a guy in, we're spending, and his wages for the 6 months, because we're covering 100% of his wages, in the 6 months, we're looking at $3 million to $5 million in order to get another warm body that can run the line that's played in the Premier League. To have someone who's played in the Premier League for several years on roughly, 3, 4, 5 million in a window, I don't think you can find a guy that you could buy for around that. So to get him on a loan, I think it's fine. The expectations are pretty low. If he gets 5 GA in all comps, then I think I don't see him playing much outside of when Son gets back, but Son's not going to be back till probably about February when the tournament's over. So honestly, the Timo Werner thing, I think it's very low risk with a high ceiling, and we'll just kind of see. It's not obviously, like when I created a list of who I wanted to go at in the January window, it wasn't consisted of fucking Timo Werner. I'll tell you that. But, Ainge just had a talk with the guy. It makes business sense to get him in on a low risk. Do I think he's going to score us goals? No, but what I think he does offer is just someone to threaten the back line a little bit more. If you play him at the 9 rather than Richarlison, I think, oh my God, Staffy, go back to bed. What was I saying?
You put him off. You put him off.
I'm easily distractible.
Staffy fully put him off. Like,
your face put you off like that, Jacob. Get back in the game.
Hey, bro, he showed my face. I was like, damn, who's that beautiful person? Oh, wait, that's me.
I love the way Jacob's tried to.
I don't think that was the reaction.
The thing is a positive, sitting there saying, "Oh, he's only on like 5 million." That means he's on 200 grand a week. You're paying Timo.
No, he's
Werner.
on 100. He's on 165 grand a week. That's what we're covering. And in the end of the 6 months, when we send him back to Leipzig, it'll be roughly 3 to 5 million that we spent on wages.
Jacob is a criminal, bro. What you're doing today, Jacob, is sensational. You're actually a criminal, bro.
What did I do?
Jacob, a serious question, not an Oscar speech like you would do. Name me 3 on the ball qualities Werner excels at.
3 on the ball qualities?
On the ball. That's the important bit there. On the ball.
Passing was 1, but this is the thing. I don't think of 3 things that he's good with on the ball. I think in the press he could be better than Richarlison. He's got more pace than Richarlison. I think in the 9,
2 off the ball so far. I asked for on the ball.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna continue to name things off the ball that he does well.
Because
I know what he's doing. I know why he's doing it. It's obvious. Like his finishing, no, but I think some of his passing.
That's what you call being snookered, bro.
Bro, I'm not the one that spent 65 million on Kai Havertz, but we moved.
Here we go. Boom. There we go, man.
Again, we do business a little differently. What you would have done for 65 on Timo Werner.
Let's keep it consistent. Yeah. This is the Spurs segment.
Chelsea signed.
Can we talk about Dragusin? That's a deal I'm actually excited about.
Nah, Werner. We're not done with Werner yet.
Oh, Tom, what were you saying, Tom?
I mean, you're sitting there saying, "Oh, you do business differently to Arsenal." You've ended
we
up
built
with the
different.
other German flop that Chelsea didn't want. Arsenal have ended up with one.
We built
You've
different.
ended up with the other, so you don't really do business that much differently if you're going off their scraps.
They're not scraps. This is a guy trying to work himself back into fitness for the Euros.
Jacob, this is crazy. This is crazy. Even you can't spin this one. Come on, bro.
Let me ask you something. Let me ask y'all something. Is Timo Werner better footballer all around than Brian Hill? Yes or no?
I don't know.
Yes, the answer is yes. I've seen enough of Brian Hill to tell you yes. What Timo Werner did at Chelsea, Brian Hill couldn't do for Tottenham if we kept him for another 7 years. Okay, so I'm telling you,
isn't it weird that that's the player that you're comparing Werner to? Isn't that the problem?
I'm comparing him to the players that he's going to overstep in the 11. Yes. Is that so strange, Kunle? No. It's fucking
Solomon and Richarlison would have been more better to compare him with. Aren't they the players he's going to replace?
Those were the next ones I was getting to, you fraud, if you would let me
Why did you start with Hill? Because he was the worst, you fraud.
Because he was going to be... Because he was the worst.
Yes, we saw you were going to try and inflate the praise for Werner, but we saw you to... Hey, Jacob, it's not going to work today. Not today, bro. But you continue.
Kunle, do you know what this is, Kunle? This is all for Jacob. This is all about what Ange wants. I will back no matter what. This is
100%.
This is
look.
what it is.
Look.
We gotta be positive. We gotta be pro Ange everything.
This wasn't even what Ainge said he wanted. He co-signed on it. He was like, this was presented to him, and he said, yes, I'm okay with it. So it wasn't Ainge saying, let me go into the market and give me Timo Werner on loan.
By the way, you're a fraud, Jacob, because Carlito's 100% right. Why are you speaking like you're an accountant? Why can't you talk like a football fan? No one cares about it. Makes
I
business.
said 5 million. Whoever talks about wages, 5 million a year.
It's a loan deal. It is a loan. It is a loan deal.
One second, hear me out, Jacob. Dragusin, fair enough. He could bank. He could be a very good
talk to me nicely.
No
chose us over
No
Bayern. Hold that
with
Bayern, you
If
frauds.
you're doing Werner prop, you know you're being fraudulent because you couldn't name 2 things he's good at on the ball. Please.
Well, he said on the ball. Why are we making it so specific? He's a footballer, not just a ball carrier.
He needs to be good with the ball.
Football.
He needs to be good with the ball.
Like the ball, like the football.
Everything you said Timo
again.
Werner's good at, I could find a runner who does jogs around,
Exactly.
where I live in Liverpool, who can do the same things, who can run
Get
quite
a
quick, who
sprinter
can
then.
probably
Jacob,
organise
you
a
could
pressing
do the
squad.
thing.
What you just named, Tom, everything you just named is what Brian Hill, Solomon can do for us, but they're not good enough.
But they don't. They also don't cost 165 grand a week.
Nah, bro. I think
Brian
you're being
Hill does
harsh, man.
get
I think you're being
Brian Hill.
harsh.
Brian Hill
I
gets
back
80
you.
grand a week. Solomon gets 80 grand a week. What was the other name that we mentioned? Brennan Johnson. I think he's on 110 a
Brian
week.
Hill is
Richarlison.
a better footballer than Timo Werner. 100%.
Who?
Right. So
Brian Hill is a better
I pulled
passer and
up
better
I
dribbler.
pulled up a website
Easily.
which has apparently got your wages. Brian Hill's on 40 grand a week.
He's not. Those are wrong wages. I know which ones you're looking at. He's on 75.
Is he on 75? Is he?
You just said
Yeah.
he was on 80 a minute ago. Make up your mind.
Oh, you
It was
rounded
75.
Hey,
The last
Jacob,
one-
you
the-
fraud. Rounding up.
I rounded up 5 grand. I rounded up 5
fraud.
grand.
You're a
What do you
fraud.
mean you round up
That's
5
20 grand extra a month.
I mean, I
And
don't know.
that's
I've
240,000
went to the
extra a year.
second website.
Bro,
that
everyone's
says
so
Brian Hill's
upset
on
about
40.
Werner. Just wait till he scores the game winner versus United. Brian Hill wouldn't have done that. Solomon wouldn't have done that. Richarlison wouldn't have done that. Again,
yeah? These guys
Yeah.
are frauds, man. These guys are frauds up here. This
Yeah,
is
I
a
know
loan.
that.
This is a loan deal. Yeah, it's a loan deal.
yeah.
That's
You
the only
guys,
good thing.
yeah, but
It's only
it's as Jacob said, I completely with Jacob on this one. It's a body in there, yeah. It doesn't cost them a penny other than the wages. And at the end of the day, unlike the Arsenal one where they shelled out 65 million quid, if
Yeah, I agree.
if he does do arse, they can send him back at the end.
That's
Say
the
bye
only-
bye.
You
That's it,
are
that's-
majorly overreacting to this deal. I think it's a smart piece of business. I think it's a smart
I
piece
think
of
it's-
business.
no.
It's not as bad as
Thank you,
having
LB.
Poch.
Finally,
It's not
someone with
smart.
a little bit of sense speaking nicely
LB.
It's not
to
a
me. I
smart
like it.
piece of business. Let's be real.
LB,
Why is it not a smart piece?
It
of business?
is.
It's a free transfer for a guy that is
That's-
banged at certain places and could bang.
He's
for-
banged in the Bundesliga. The last time he came into this league, he was made the laughing stock of the league.
But even
He's-
if you look
he
at his
becomes
first year,
their-
yeah. But Tommy,
So is
He's
Darwin
like
Nunes,
the
but you still
fourth
prop him
highest
up, don't
paid
you?
player.
he got some decent numbers at Chelsea in his first season. The second season was
He-
shocking, but the first
he
season was
he
alright.
cleared off his own line when we were attacking the goal. He's a complete bozo. This guy, he's shit.
Nah, I think
This
you're
is what
being. I think you're
The
overreacting.
loan
man.
part is the only good part of this deal. The loan and not an obligation to buy. That's the only good part of the deal. If Ange gets him to cook,
That's
Ange
2 parts.
Coach,
So
Ange, oh shut up. We already know your numbers. Sorry, I rounded up, Jacob. Sorry, I rounded up.
Okay, everyone, 1 second. I'm about to expose LB because this guy thinks is this not our first time working. Let's do this right here. LB receipts.
But if it works, then fairs, and if it fails, who cares? You got him on loan. But the disappointing thing here from the Spurs point of view, yeah, is it does lack a bit of ambition. You know what I mean? This is kind of a Spursy type move. You know what I mean? They could go out there. For me, you know, they're in the top 5. They're in the title race, only 6 points off the top. Go out there, spend a bit of cash, get yourselves in there, give it a go.
I back myself on that. That doesn't expose me. I maintain
So,
that
so
position.
now me, Tom, and Andrew are frauds, and you called it Spurs.
No. The difference is, I'm saying it is a Spursy type move, but it's a good Spursy type move. They should be going out there spending more money, getting better players, but they're not. They're going getting a Werner deal. You guys are cooking it, saying it's a horrific deal. He's a shit player. He's not. He's had some good years, and it's a good low risk deal. Would Jacob, rather than spend 60, 70 million pound on a guy who's absolutely lethal in front of goal or on the wing? Yeah, he probably would. But it's a good deal. It's a free transfer.
LB, I've got no.
And again, when you do that kind of business in January, there's an added tax because these teams don't want to let those players go. And again, if you're grabbing a guy from another league, you're spending 60, 70 mil on a guy hoping he'll translate into the Premier League. We've done that before. We've done that, and it hasn't worked out.
Jacob, my thing is not coming from the deal as well. I think the loan deal's smart. Okay, I think it's smart. No obligation, but it's just the player himself. That's all it is. Having experienced him, he's not gone back to Leipzig and exactly tore it up where he had done before. It's just I don't know if Ange gets him to ball out, Ange deserves Coach of the Year right there.
He'll be exposed.
Because
look. If he could give Richarlison the score, why can't he get? Look,
that's what I'm saying.
Richarlison hadn't scored with his feet for Tottenham.
Right.
For 2 years, and then he did.
Richarlison had been a relative success in the Premier League beforehand.
By the way, Richarlison is a better finisher than Timo Werner. No cap.
Yeah, he is.
He is. I'm not even capping here.
Bro, saying Richarlison's a better finisher, that's tough, bro. I've seen Richarlison miss the goal,
in the Premier
miss
League,
the target.
In the Premier League, he's a better finisher.
LB, did you watch Werner for Chelsea talking about its fake
bro,
news?
you talk
He
about
had a good
Richarlison
first
saying
year.
Richarlison's a better finisher.
He has a good first year. He scored like 6 Premier League goals. How's that good?
Bro, Richarlison's biggest
three of them
numbers
are
in the
in one
Premier,
game.
13 goals. 13,
Yeah,
13, 7 and 10.
Throw the hats.
Werner got 21, 13, 16 and 28. That's just fake news. That's you exposed on your own channel.
That's
I even pull up stats. Hold that, Hassam.
So you're pulling up stats for an argument like this?
Yeah, and then in the Premier League, Timo Werner got 6 and 35 and 4 and 21.
Why do you talk about his assists?
8 and then 1.
Oh, we're not talking about
he got 12 assists. He got 12 assists in his first season for Chelsea.
That's
6.
in all comps, yeah? All comps.
That's just
12 assists. Oh, give him the fucking knighthood.
Plus 6 goals, that's 18. Yeah, but you guys are acting like this guy's a whack player. He got 18 goal involvement.
You said it yourself. You called it Spursy.
It is a Spursy move. It is a Spursy move.
What's a Spursy move then? Define it for us.
A Spursy move is going for low risk options that not other clubs will do and seeing if they work. And most of the time they don't work. That's why they don't win anything. But sometimes they get these players to work.
So we're just calling it.
So it's a backhanded compliment, LB. You're basically
that's not a backhanded compliment.
That's a backhanded
slap.
It might be a backhanded slap, but the fact is, I still think it's not.
Spurs.
I still think it's a decent move for Spurs.
The
Would I
loan deal
want us to do
fine
it? No.
For the player, it's just the player. It's not the loan. It's not the deal. They were smart doing the deal. You do a loan deal for a player like Werner.
Is there an option to buy?
There is.
Yeah,
it's not,
17 mil.
And how does that get? Do you just get to opt? Does it work on?
At the summer, we say yes or no, basically.
Yeah.
Right. So this is to me is a great deal.
Yeah. Yeah, a guy. What are the things we say Werner does have? He's got pace. He can run in behind. He can link up play. His defensive work. I think his football IQ is better than Richarlison. I think his press is going to be better than Richarlison. But he's not. He's going to play alongside Richarlison until Sonny comes back. And again, who would play our left wing? Fucking Brian Hill. Brian Hill was going to start as a left winger at Manchester United. And you're saying Werner's a bad deal.
Is Brennan Johnson injured or something? Because I'd soon just play him.
He will play, but we need more than just Brennan Johnson ain't good enough by himself. We need more people who can get in behind.
Solomon? Is Solomon injured?
He tore his ACL, or he hurt his knee like months ago, but he's working himself back now. But I don't even think he's that. He's not. The only thing he is better at Hill is he doesn't fall over as easy, but he's exactly like Brian Hill. Just dribble into my man and fall. Dribble. Oh, I cut it right, and now I fall.
Speaking of man,
I can't wait for the ball retention of Brennan Johnson, Richarlison, and Werner in the front three. That
is a horrible front three.
That is going to be epic.
Jacob, speaking of man buns, did you actually make a man bun? Is that actually man bun?
Yeah.
Oh my god, you're so shameless.
Dragusin.
Talking about Dragusin before.
Dragusin. Hey, he chose Tottenham over Bayern. They're a small tin pot club. Hold that, Harry Schnitzel.
Bayern Munich legend you're talking about there, by the way. Bayern Munich.
He can hold that, the lederhosen wearing fraud. But look, I was worried yesterday, man. This is a deal that we should have gotten done. We were talking to this guy 11 days before the window opened. 11 days. That is something Tottenham doesn't do. Proactively talk to players before a window opens. That never happens. So it was great to see that. I was like, nice. We're starting to do things. And then I said, January 1st, if we don't get him by January 7th, I'm going to freak out. And it was January 8th, January 9th. January 9th, I'm putting in a man bun. I'm calling to the chat. I'm saying, everyone in the chat, every woman, man who can, I need man buns right now. We need to manifest our man buns into a conglomerate of energy that goes to Dragusin's bun and thus convinces him to choose Tottenham over Bayern. And guess what? You can't tell me it didn't work. Hold that. Everyone who laughed at me yesterday, hold that to the highest degree. We manifested Dragusin. He chose us over Bayern. Hold that. You want a rad dude? I got a rad dude. His name's Rad Dude Dragusin. All right, he's about to drag us into every conversation.
I'll tell you right now, Dragusin isn't even the best part of that deal.
You're going to tell me what it spins?
Getting Bayern Munich to buy Eric Dyer off you for $5 million. That is better than getting Dragusin.
Thomas Tuchel ID.
Yeah, Thomas Tuchel right there, LB's guy.
What? And you think Poch is better?
100% Poch is better than Tuchel.
No, he isn't. No, he isn't. No, he isn't.
We can redo this again, but just remember you got cooked on this argument last time. So if you want to redo
no, I didn't.
Is the Eric Dyer confirmed?
No one has ever cooked you on
that Plessy goal fella said that he's now their priority again because he missed out on Dragusin.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good because honestly, I was sitting up here on Sam's channel saying
how
to another.
How Eric Dyer ended up at Bayern though? Like we have to ask ourselves.
Because Harry Kane wanted the mate.
No, but still, like, how is that a thing though? Like, how?
How does an ugly dude bag a model? We don't know. We don't know.
I bet he's got the same agent as Choupo-Moting. That's why. I bet he's got the same agent.
No, Choupo-Moting is generally the maddest.
The
way he was shit at PSG and he got a move to Bayern. I don't get how.
No, he was at Stoke, then he went to PSG, and then he went to Bayern.
Oh, mate. Honest to God.
No, but
he wasn't even any good at Stoke, though. He wasn't like turning up and he scored in like his first two games and didn't really play.
He slammed it one year in the Champions League.
Cameron Jerome. Yeah,
I'll tell you also, Harry Kane hit that bonus. He hit that goal bonus, and he said, "Can you buy me a friend to play with in the far, far away Schnitzel Castle that you built for me?" And they say, "Yes, Harry. Don't worry. What do you need? $5 million friend? We got you. You need someone to play golf with? We got you. You need someone to make your tea? We got you. Your guy." And England international, England caps. Hold that, England, you frauds.
Somehow actually someone managed to make an Eric Dyer comp, which I have no idea.
It's all just flashes and cuts, bro. It's not even actual game footage. It's just
transitions.
No, you know what's funny? Jacob is Spurs through and through, and he really defends anything Spurs related. That's the one guy he's like, nope, not even gonna attempt it.
There's a few, but bro, he's been here 10 years. Can anyone on this panel
top, like I want to get rid of him guy right there? Like you cannot.
Him and Ben Davies, I've been saying spoons to my eyes if I have to see him, and I guess I'm not living up to my word.
I think Ben
Davies is okay though, like much better than Dyer, to be fair.
Yeah, he'll give you a 5 or 6, nothing more. That's what he'll give you. When you need a 5 or a 6, it's still exactly. Dyer will give you a 2 or a 1. But Dyer, look, I like to ask this question: can anyone name a player? Name 10 players you say, oh, I would like them at my club for 10 years. 10 defenders in the history of the sport where you say, I would like them at my club for 10 years. I guarantee you could have a list of 1,000 fucking defenders before you got to Eric Dyer.
I agree.
I agree with that.
I think you're being kind at 1,000.
He's gotten 10 years of employment.
Under history and still wouldn't think of Eric Dyer.
I used to like Eric Dyer.
I'd rather Jimmy Traore. No exaggeration.
I don't get why Tottenham ever moved him out of DM into centre back because he's actually a decent DM. He was always a bit of a treat.
He was one aggressive bastard as well. He was so
aggressive. Number 9.
Bullahus. Big up. That Dutch team was that's why they got sent off all the time, you know. But anyway, so
totally clips. It's not racist to say schnitzel, bro. It's a food. Hold that, you fucking wanker.
Look at this guy. There's no way you're calling him racist. There's no way.
Bro, you said, is he being racist by saying schnitzel? Am I being racist by saying you're a punk ass? You should go hug your mother? No.
Big up Cagliari Soloncho as well on the stream. Anyway, listen. Let me just read these super chats before we wrap up. Tom Little is going to go now start his stream. We're going to be redirecting to him. Big up to you, Tom Little. Let the people know where they can find you before you head out.
Tom Old One on YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, the works, and you can find me and my club at the top of the Premier League and winning a Carabao Cup semi-final tonight, unlike certain other man on this panel.
Mm.
Don't talk to Jacob like that.
See you later, Tom. We're going to be redirecting to Tom, guys, so just stick on the stream
To be fair,
well.
though, to back everyone on this panel, we are all in the FA Cup 4th round. Who did we all get in the FA Cup 4th round? We all got to watch that draw with
those
a
two
little bit
got
of
each other. Those two
Who
got
are playing each other right here. To be fair.
Chelsea got Villa, didn't he? And we've got Jarell Quanta's old club. So you know what? I wish Kunle was here because I'd love to ask him. I missed the Arsenal part of the draw. I must have just like.
What are they doing on that date though? The extra training sessions or something like that? You know?
They'll walk, win the dog.
No one.
They'll give Win the dog a little bit of a walk.
Shout out Win the dog. Donna, I'm not even gonna see you, Tom. Donna,
Good
I'm not even gonna say it. Karen says Chelsea are on their last brain cells who are saying Hazard is better than Salah. He's nowhere near Salah in goals, assists, and Salah also have the better career longevity.
Let me. Sorry, Sam. Let me do this right.
Yes.
Stop comparing Hazard and Salah. They only played at the same time for 2 seasons, and it's arguable in the first season Salah was better, and the second season Hazard was better overall. That's it. They only played for 2 seasons. Stop. It's not a Messi Ronaldo thing where they played in the same league at the same time for rival clubs. Just stop it and enjoy both of them. Okay, Hazard Salah debate is just pointless. Okay, just enjoy them while he's here. Okay, and just move on.
Listen, I think the only thing is, I will say from that previous list, you cannot say Saka, Rashford, and Hazard. Like Saka and Rashford are on Hazard's level.
That's a disgrace.
That's the thing I was correcting. Like when I went back to this right here, big up AEM, he put Saka, Hazard, and Rashford. Like, yo, you cannot put Hazard next to those 2 bums as well at the same time.
That's a disgrace.
Look at this. Beauty of Spurs is nothing in front of Jordan beauty. In all the beauty that Jordan men have. Listen, I appreciate you, Donna. Big up to you. Big up to you, Karen, as well, for the super chat, Habibi. Big up, Lustful Obama. Guys, can you just make normal names? Chelsea spent $1 billion and lost to Middlesbrough. They definitely did lose to Middlesbrough. That was
yeah, hold that, sir, for you fraud.
Maybe I should have done a watch along low key now, thinking about it.
Why don't you get to a semi-final first, Jacob? Then come chat to me. Yeah, that's what he's.
Hey, I've been to plenty with Pochettino. I know what that looks like. I didn't need to see that.
Yeah, it's all right.
Chelsea fan, as a Chelsea fan, Werner runs created so many chances for us. Champions League winner, missed a lot, but will create way more. Captain Chaos, you get a shitter, shorter, slower version of Darwin Núñez.
You know, he owes his career to Havertz, Werner does, because the way he missed those chances in the Champions League final was criminal. If Havertz hadn't scored, Werner would have been lynched. I'll tell you right now. He's just lucky. Very lucky.
Hey, it is what it is, man. I have no idea how Werner is going to end up back in the Premier League.
It's enough for his traits, Sam. That bit off the ball, no on the ball trait. He makes runs. I don't think he knows where he's going half the time, but you know he just makes those runs. You know what I mean?
And he's literally just.
He knows where he's going. Forward.
Yeah. Okay. To be fair, okay. Yeah. He runs forward. Hey, you got us there. He does run forward. To be fair, you ain't lying. Anyway, big up to you, Nick. Listen, big up to you, Nick. Big up to Karen. Big up to Carlito, Donna, despite the sexual abuse. Big up to AEM. And big up to Obama as well for the super chats. Big up to you guys. Make sure you guys are hitting the like button. Make sure you guys are subscribing. And don't forget to come back as well tonight for Liverpool against Fulham in the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup. Thank God the first game is at Anfield, so we can just win. You get me, and keep it stepping. But Liverpool never do shit the easy way, so expect a close game.
No, Trent, right? He's injured, right? Trent's injured. He's out.
Yeah, Trent is injured. Yeah, we have had quite a few injuries. We got Trent out. I don't know if Van Dijk is back or not. We've got Robertson out, Tsimikas out, Thiago, Bacetic, Soboslai, Salah.
Yeah, I forgot about Soboslai.
So. We do have
you are picking up injuries, and City are about to get all their players back.
And we got Dragusin. Dragusin. Yeah, which I know about that. I manifested that.
Are you done, Jacob?
I was Sean Butler from Spurs Talk Show. He said, Jacob, put your hair in a bun. We must manifest it. And I took that power. I carried it on over to my channel. Mr. Dragusin, he's seen it. Ignore the gray hairs, Jacob. But he's seen it. He's seen the man bun, the power of the bun. Hey, we're bigger than Bayern. Hold that, you schnitzel eaters. What'd you say?
Don't look at yourself and get put off.
I'm glad. So anyway, guys, all the channels are in the description, but we're going to go around the lovely panel. I can let you know what we have coming up. Make sure you guys are liking. Make sure you guys are subscribing. Surfer, thanks so much for joining us and being here early as well. Where can you be where can the people find you?
Follow me there. The link to Casual FC is in the description. I'm on Sarcasm City TV. When we do pro clubs, I'm the guy who is supplying all the crosses for Jacob that he misses constantly and have more goals, so I'll have more assists on pro clubs because he's a fraud. And yeah, more importantly, subscribe to everyone.
Lies.
Even Jacob, United Frauds of America, subscribe there. And more importantly, like, share the video, subscribe to this channel. More importantly, because you got an elite. Even though the panel we were all late, it was an elite show still today. And Jacob's running in like Stone Cold Steve Austin at the end there.
Yes, I can't lie. I think he rattled the shit out of Kunle, Loki. Like,
bro, he left. He said he hit the private chat and said, "Y'all have to go. Jacob's too much for me."
That's what he said. Big up, LB, big up to you. Where can people find you, despite you being 35 minutes late? Thank you for joining us.
Yes, sorry about that. Yeah, it's LB. We're live on It's LB, just doing It's LB things. So thank you to everyone that subscribed. Good show, guys. Make sure you drop a like in it. We're back this same time next week, and I will be late.
I'm always in LB's chats as well. I actually enjoy LB's content. These two guys on the bottom row, I actually am in their chat like actively because I actually enjoy watching.
Very good.
The one thing I would say, LB said, like, I just think Morocco is going to win AFCON, but we'll see. But that's probably just they're strong on paper.
Is that number 21 playing for Morocco?
Hey, they got
that guy. He's not if he's bringing on. He's the one of the worst World Cup subs in history. Absolutely appalling, that guy.
Yes. Jacob, I know you're going to have a Dragusin party later on. I don't know if you can let people know which time is it and stuff like that.
Yeah, so...
Late, very late call up. I appreciate you.
Bro, I woke up and I saw Hussam saying, first of all, he said, "You dickhead, can you join the stream?" I was like, wow, thank you. What a lovely message.
That's a sign of love.
Know, I saw that, and then right under it saw Fabrizio Romano's tweet saying, Radu said, Bayern are a bunch of schnitzel-eating frauds, and I choose Tottenham because they're a big club over them. So, love to see that. What a day to wake up. My wife was like, why are you bouncing around the house? You just got out of bed. Normally, I'm very sluggish and slothy, but I will be having a party tonight. Happy Radu Dragusin Day. Yes, sir.
Jacob, have you ever seen this guy play before?
Radu Dragusin. One time. Yeah, it was fantastic. I mean, he didn't even stand off the page. But you know what? I don't care. He's a warm body. He is a center back, not named Eric Dyer. He is, look, I've looked into him extensively since we've been linked with him in December. And I watched one Genoa game since then. And I was like, comps, that's my guy.
You watched comps.
Of course I watched the comps. Of course I watched the comps. Of course I watch the comps and I look at the numbers and I look at what he done. But guess what? I don't give a damn about all that. Because guess what? He's about to wear a Tottenham Hotspur shirt, not a Bayern
Where can people
shirt. So
find you?
Watch him live and direct.
Where can the people find you, Jacob?
You can find me at United Dragusins of America, where we will be getting together celebrating Happy Dragusin Day. Those four little words that seem to shake the ethers of YouTube worlds. I will be saying Happy Radu Dragusin Day. And anyone who doesn't like it, you can hold that to the highest degree.
Oh, you're rounding up. Sorry, I forgot.
Yeah, wait to start, please, bro. Don't start it again. Big up to you guys. Go subscribe to United Spurs of America. It's LB, Casual FC as well. The link is in the description. We're going to be redirecting to Tom Little. Stick around. Go take over. We're going to raid Tom Little's channel as well. And of course, go subscribe to Tunnel TV. That's where you can find Kunle. You bunch of lazy bastards. All the channels are in the description. Stop being a bunch of lazy farts and just hit the link and go subscribe to all of these great content creators. You'll also find me in their chats many times as well. So
very
love
supportive,
for love, babies. And we'll be back, inshallah, for the watch along. Peace.